What's up, everybody? Let's rock. Episode 25 of the Amateur Hour podcast. Marcus and Santos back again for another week. Coming at you with the fresh disc golf takes, like always.
Speaking of rock, speaking of fresh, how's that new intro working out?
I got the guitars. I got an idea on guitars. I've got drums written. I think I want to change the guitar line I wrote to a bass line. So I need to pitch it down because I don't own a bass.
Never go wrong with bass.
Yeah, I think it's gonna sound cooler on a bass, but I don't own a bass, so I need to pitch it down. I need to record it on guitar, pitch shift it down an octave to sound like a bass, and then
So for all you people out there who actually do follow and watch, it's something that we're learning, we're growing as we go, but there's a lot behind the scenes that has to be done, and that's basically why this is the season of Marcus. He takes care of the majority of it, and now he's writing a new intro and laying it down. So we're gonna have some fun with a new intro coming out soon.
yeah,
And then
hopefully
we'll
soon.
have Marcus set up a concert at one of the tournaments.
Yeah,
You may get
just like
serenaded.
DJ KJ USA, it'll be DJ Marcus.
I'm okay. I prefer the live music
Okay,
if we're gonna sit back and relax. I don't plan on partying too hard, but yeah, we can make it work.
I played in a live band in college, a cover band, but it was fun. It was definitely a
And I
good
was an
time.
audio engineer for a
That's what
little
my
while,
degree.
so
I got a
I
whole
don't
degree
play
in that.
bands. Yeah. All right. So let's talk. Continue the season of Marcus. The
Yeah,
week that was.
the week
Let's
that
cover it.
was,
Go.
I went to North Cove with Justin and Bobcat and their buddy Jason, who great dude. He's a PGA professional, a PGA golf professional. He's like a club pro. Like he
Mhm.
teaches lessons. He teaches golf. He's a club pro. He was telling me all about it. Which he's like one of I am gonna get the name of it wrong. He's like one of 400. It's essentially like a golf PhD, but there's less
Okay.
of them. He like wrote a dissertation basically on a part of golf. So like super interesting guy. Just got into disc golf during
Wow.
the pandemic. Him and his wife. But so he came with us to North Cove. I will go right into North Cove. Was awesome, super fun property. We played Gorge, which is the long course, the pro course, and we played Boulders, which is the medium course. I did. Justin and Bob played all three courses. They went to the third course. Me and Jason left. I was tired.
Damn.
My arm hurt by like hole 4 of round 2. My arm hurt because I had played all week.
So yeah, when you're doing this though, are you still throwing multiple shots, at least off the tee?
No,
If you're playing that many rounds, yeah.
we made an agreement to only throw one off the tee, except for a few holes. A few of like the big up high throwing downhill shots. We threw a couple,
Mhm.
and we might have taken a few mulligans if we all threw a bad shot. The
Might
classic.
have. That is a Justin classic.
It's a
As soon
Justin
as
classic.
he's usually the tee pad leader, right?
Yeah,
He throws first, it's a shit shot. Second person, if it's a shit shot, immediately his hand goes up.
yeah. It's like mulligans,
Re-tee,
mulligans.
re-tee,
Yeah,
mulligan, everybody. Yeah, that's such a
yeah.
classic Justin move.
Whenever it's not me, or whenever it's me up after that gets called, I'm so much more determined to throw a good shot because I want to make him take his bad shot.
Right, right. I'll pitch out and lay up the center fairway just so I can say no.
Yeah,
I usually get overruled anyways, but
yeah. But
fine.
North Cove was super fun. So our second round, we played the long course first. Was amazing. I took it was my highest number ever. I took I want to make sure I get the number right. It's on my UDisc. It's oh no, I have to sign in. I think it was a 14. I got a new phone. I have to sign into
Oh wait,
UDisc.
whoa,
I took a 14.
whoa. Never in the history of ever, being the amateur that I am, taken. I may have taken a double digit once, like a 10. I'm that might have happened on a par 5 somewhere, maybe.
Hold on, it's slowly loading all my
How the
rounds
hell? I don't
because
care. I just want to know what the hell you did.
so
How many OBs?
the last hole is
Three
a
OBs at least.
the last hole you tee off from basically out of bounds. I think out of bounds. I made it inbounds. You tee off from out of bounds into inbounds. I made it inbounds. I laid up from there to the center of the fairway. So I'm throwing 3 from the center fairway onto an island green. That island green is, and we had a long argument about this, essentially stroke and distance. You move up to where you were last inbounds, but if you don't land on the island, you play from where you were last inbounds or your last lie.
Okay.
So I throw 3 from inbounds, throw 3 from the center fairway, try to make the island, miss. I'm throwing 5 from where I went out. Miss the island 3 more times, and you take the OB stroke.
Jesus.
I took a 14.
How big is the island?
The island's small. The island is very small. It's skinny and long, but it also has a back. Like the back's like the road, and it slopes up to the back on the road. So you can hit it, but you can also hit it and roll back out.
And give me something small. Circle, one small, half a circle. Like
it's
how do you miss?
So it's a long skinny island, and you're throwing onto it the long way. So if you miss left or right, you're never. I'm throwing about a 250-foot shot. The island's like 120 feet long by 40 feet across.
Okay, that is kind of tight.
And there's a river on both sides of the island like this.
But I feel like you're throwing putters from that distance, aren't you?
Yeah, but like I had a couple hit trees. I had a couple like on the island. There's trees. It's not just an island. I hit trees and missed OB. Threw great shots that would roll OB.
That's such a skill issue.
It was awesome.
It was
rough. Great. I was beating Jason by some number. I was beating Jason by 2 going into that hole, and I lost by 6.
So, finish explaining the rule, though. Because some people will say, well, if you hit the island and you rolled out, why didn't you get it from there?
Yeah, so we played the Pro Tour layout way where they had waivers to make you play certain OB rules in certain spots. So we played it as if it was the Pro Tour where they had a waiver that said you have to throw until you land in bounds. It's not true island rules.
There you go. I know somebody's going to ask about, well, you did it wrong because you said you were playing stroke distance. Just clarifying for you guys. It would have been nice to have some sort of video of said event because
I just kept throwing.
Did you borrow somebody else's disc at some point?
No, I kept all mine.
Oh man,
got them all back, thankfully. It's a shallow creek. It's a gorgeous property within such a nice creek, the Catawba River, right there. It runs all the way down like into Charlotte, basically. From there, It's a really nice river and like runs through the whole property. Beautiful, beautiful course. So then we get to so that's my bad number, right? So that's my 14. We get to the second course. We play boulders. There's a couple in front of us throwing. Neither of them are bad. They're both good. They let us play through on 2 just because we parked 1. Like all of us parked 1 on our first shots and our second shots. A couple lets us play through. Justin throws. No, Jason had the tee. Jason was the only birdie. He had the tee. He parked the first hole, like more than the rest of us. He's left-handed. It's dogleg right where you carry water the whole way and then go to the basket about 5:30. So you need to like go straight, and then a normal righty backhand hyzer fade would put you inbounds. A straight lefty hyzer would put you out of bounds. He goes to throw a turnover, doesn't turn it over. Just goes straight, fades OB across the river on the far side. The rest of us throw. We all get. I touch inbounds and fade back out. So I got like 350 of distance, but end up OB. So I pitch up, take my 4, whatever. When we get there, this is where the couple lets us play through. Jason throws his first one OB, great. Takes another one, throws his second shot OB, or so technically his third. Throws his third OB. So, throws 4, 5. Throws 5. I think OB. and then 6, 7 touches inbounds and goes out of bounds. So on 7 he advances.
Meanwhile, the couple that
Meanwhile,
was letting
the
you
couple is letting
ahead,
us play through. Yeah,
it had a whole lunch
just
picnic
had a whole
and
picnic. It doesn't end there. It doesn't end there.
what?
So I go find my disc. Like in with that many discs thrown, I'm like, I care about finding my disc, and then I'll look for everybody else's. Like that's just, I want my disc, and then I'll go find everybody else's because I know where they all landed. So we find Jason's first, we find Jason's second. We're looking for Jason's third, his original tee shot. So like we find his second and third in the creek. Can't see his first one in the creek anywhere. Justin climbs across a tree that's fallen down across the creek because like you can't walk across this. It's like it's a river. It's not really a creek. It's a river. It's flowing pretty fast. It's deep at some spots. So Justin finds a tree, climbs across the tree, and is on the other side on some other fairway looking for this disc. So eventually, like 5 minutes of that, we find the disc. This couple's still on the tee waiting. Like at this point, we look back, they're playing catch. Like they're throwing back at one's basket. Wow. They're playing catch. It was the single worst you can play through of all time, and we got to experience it. And we got to be the people.
You were a part of it. You were that.
Yeah.
So at what point, maybe on the third throw, you're like, you know what? He needs a reset. Let's let the couple play through. There's only 2 of them, and then let him try again. I mean, come on.
No, we just kept making him throw.
That was so bad. And okay, holy shit. So what was his number on that?
He took an 11.
Still 3 strokes less than what you did.
On a different hole, yes. But
yeah. But it's the high score of the day.
So he takes an 11 on that hole alone. He finishes the round 8 over. He took an 11 on a par 4 and finished 8 over. That means he played the rest of the course 1 over par. Yeah. Except for that hole.
Yeah.
He played a great round.
Him again, huh?
He beat me. No, I beat him actually but he would have beat me if it wasn't for the 11. He would have beat me by 3. But that was when my arm was falling off already and I couldn't throw anymore. My arm just hurt. But super fun course. Both of the courses I played at North Cove are incredible. I would recommend anyone in the area, which is not, there is no real area. There's nothing near North Cove. It's in the absolute middle of nowhere. But if you're around Charlotte, it's 2 hours.
It's worth the trip.
It's worth the trip. Yeah. Pack a lunch. They have a grill. Like it's an old golf course. They have a pro shop. They have a clubhouse grill going. So we got burgers. Justin got a chili dog, like, because of course he did.
2 hours from west.
2 hours. It's 2 hours north of Greenville, 2 hours northwest of Charlotte.
Math. And ain't Greenville like an hour and a half from Charlotte?
Yeah, but like it's like Greenville.
There you go. Okay.
Charlotte and then North Cove.
Yeah, you're in the triangle. Okay. All right, so I can plan a trip out there.
Yeah, you should definitely. If you're coming down here for a week or so, we should definitely hit up North Cove.
Okay, that would be nice. All right.
So that was the week that was. Those are. I'm gonna clip that and make it a couple reels for Instagram and Facebook, because those stories were awesome. I'll edit those up and take those snippets from this podcast.
Your scorecard. I want that 14 flash.
Okay.
I just want to see the big 1-4.
I'll make a note.
1-4.
I'll make a note to put the scorecard in.
That's ridiculous.
I got 2 birdies though. Like Justin had like 4 or 5 birdies. I got 2 birdies on that round. I was happy on a Pro Tour course. And both of them were like 40-foot putts. Just smashed dead center because my putt feels insane.
That feels nice.
My putt's incredible still.
And I still have not started the season and warmed up at all. I mean, so I did. Where did I go? I went to ECP. Yeah. Went to ECP with my son. Throwing is still as terrible as ever. I can't. I'm just not into a group at all. But being ECP, I was able to putt a lot more, and like right off the jump, I think I hit the tree on 2 that guards the back, and like rolled straight back. So I'm like 40 feet with the tree and the basket in the way, and I just straddled, which I don't like doing.
Yep.
I straddled. I made the putt, and then uh, a nice jump putt on three that went in. Nice long putt on four that went in. I was feeling it. So like, wow, this thing feels pretty good. So I had a really good putt day, but my throwing was the timing of everything was just off.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I was with Christian and Ethan. That always gives you a little bit of a little pep. You didn't
Yeah.
lose to those guys.
Yeah.
If I was somebody else with the higher skill level, I probably would have felt worse.
Yeah. No,
Um,
my putt and throw feel good right now. Like at doubles leagues, if there's ever an odd number, so the way we do doubles draw around here for teams is we go first off guaranteed partner. The lone wolf chip is not in, or the lone wolf card is not in the deck or in the bag. So the first for people to draw get a guaranteed partner if you want it. So that's if you're not comfortable, you're not confident in yourself to bet on yourself as the lone wolf or the Cali.
okay, okay.
So lately, when I moved here, it was like a mix of I wasn't confident in my throwing, and I wanted to meet people. So I was like, I will take guaranteed partner every time. Now that I know a lot of people, I'm like, no, and I feel really confident in my throw and putt. I'm like, no, I'll take lone wolf. So I got lone wolf this past Tuesday, just 2 days ago. I got lone wolf. Started on what is considered probably the hardest stretch of the course, like some of the longer holes on a very short course. And I start like 5 down through 6. I make a great 30-footer on the first hole after I throw 2 drives, so I only had 1 putt. Because it's okay. So the way this lone wolf works, it's not Cali. This lone wolf is, so say I throw 2 off the tee, I get 1 putt. If I miss that putt, I get 2 comebackers. So it like alternates.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I didn't know
I don't
that.
think I've played like that. I haven't
I've never
seen
played that either. And they told me that. It was the first time I've been lone wolf. I didn't know that either.
What if you throw a decent tee shot? You can still get 2
You
on
get
your
2
next one,
putts. Yeah, you get 2 putts.
and if you miss them, you only get one.
1. Yeah. But
So you're always alternating.
But you can stack up. Say this course doesn't have par 4s. Say you're doing this at a par 4. You throw 1 great drive onto the par 4, and you throw an upshot to 35. You can say, okay, I'm gonna take 2 putts at it still. So like you can stack up the 1 shots and then take your 2.
Okay.
And then it alternates.
Okay. I like that rule. It's not bad.
So
Practice that over here one time.
hole 1, I make a 30-footer like through a V gap in a tree, dead center, great putt, feels great. Hole 2, 9, hole 10, I like throw up. It's up a hill. I skip down the hill because it's a lefty hyzer. It skips down the hill. I'm like, great. I'll take the putt up the hill. Cage. From like 100 feet up to 20-foot elevation. Cage and sits. I'm like, great. I'll tap that in. Next one, I throw to 50 feet. Same hill, 50 feet. Maybe 10 feet of elevation gain. So I take 2 putts at it. First putt, center band. Second putt, center chains. So like I'm like confident. I'm like, this is gonna go well today. Next hole is a little forehand chip shot through a tunnel, park it. Don't even bother throwing an ace run. Just tap in my birdie. I'm 3 under through 4. Next one, second longest hole of the course. Big uphill lefty hyzer, like 350 on all hyzer. Get to 15 feet, make an uphill putt. First putt. Like, don't even need a second shot on any of those. So I'm 5 down through 6. I'm feeling so good. Par the next 5 holes. Immediately, I'm like, I'm out of it.
Damn.
Like,
damn.
I'm out of it. So we get through 18. I make a 30-foot comebacker on 18 for par. Go to 1, birdie 1, bogey 2 because I throw 2 putts out of bounds. Tap in a 4. Because I was like, I could have laid up the second putt, sure. But I was like, in my head, I'm doing the math.
You don't lay up.
No, I don't lay up anymore. I don't lay up anymore, A. In my head, I'm doing the math. I'm like, you need like 14 down. I need to birdie everything. Like, I need to birdie everything but hole 5 because hole 5's a really hard birdie. It's like 400, maybe 420. Like, it would be a pure hyzer rip for me, but I throw forehand turnover to get the angle. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I got to get to 14. I got to birdie everything. So I birdie. I take that bogey on. I birdie 1, take the bogey on 2, birdie 3, 4, par 5, birdie 6, 7, 8 to finish. So I actually finished like, what?
You made the cash?
No, I didn't cash. Finished 6 down on the front, or 5 down on the front to finish 10 down total. Cash was 11. The last 2 holes, though, 2 of my last 3 were CTPs.
Cash.
Basically hit the pin on one of them. Second one's like a so take that CTP, put it in the ground. There's one card behind us. I'm like, they're not going to take it. This is 2 feet. They don't. Last hole is a lefty hyzer onto a hillside. So like it could roll very easily. It could hit and just roll right down. It's a huge hillside. Just sticks under the pin. Second shot flashes right in front of the chains. Like because I was like, I'm parked. I might as well try and ace this.
Might as well.
And I throw the same line with the faster disc, just flashes right in front, almost goes in. So I was just like, well,
Wow.
I think, so a couple guys donated extra to CTPs to throw in extra money for CTPs that week. So each CTP was $39. So I took 78. Now you would typically split those with your partner. I was lone wolf.
There you go.
So
Wait,
I
you
took,
split CTPs with the partner too?
yeah. I like it. I think
Okay.
it's a good way to do it. Because, like, say the first guy lays up and is the CTP. It gives the second guy a chance to run it. But the
No,
first guy
no,
didn't
I
get a
get it.
chance to run it.
That's
So he,
basically the ace run rule, just
yeah,
towards the CTP. Yeah, like you guys taught me for doubles. I always ask before we start, are we splitting? Just so we know
yeah.
ahead of time.
It's just
I
customary
don't
down
want
here to
nothing to happen
split.
after. Yeah.
Absolutely. Everyone does it
Um,
down here.
CTPs and aces. You don't ask anymore.
No, just split them. Everyone splits them. Which I like.
Okay. See how that goes over on Wednesday League. I'll start asking more people.
Yeah. Start sending the message.
Yeah. All right. It's only to me. It's only fair. It just
I think
makes
so.
sense, especially when
Yeah.
you're talking to each other and you're like, if you're safe, then I'm running it,
Yeah.
and if that person runs it first and is nowhere near it, then the other second person has to
Yep.
lay up. So yeah, why not? Makes sense.
Yeah. So it's been a good week. Season of Marcus. It's going to be killer season for me. I'm telling you right now. So that's the week that was. That I lot of season of Marcus week, but that's the week that was. We want to get into our first topic of the day, which we might go pretty long on this one. Was the Discmania House of Discs transition acquisition, which was last year. Discmania was acquired by House of Discs in them leaving Innova. They left Innova by themselves, then got acquired by House of Discs after that. Just recently, and I was talking about this with Korg at another round as well, they announced that they're doing all their distribution for Discmania out of Emporia now. Because they're acquired by House of Discs, they're doing the distribution through the Dynamic distribution, basically, because that's where Dynamic is in Emporia. So that only means one thing. And when I was talking to Corey was like, yeah, I had a big order for Discmania put together. I was just waiting for the next morning to add a couple more discs to it, and I couldn't do it anymore. They took the site down.
Well, they gave us warnings, repeated warnings, in the countdown up until Sunday the 7th.
Yes, last Sunday.
Last,
He just opened
day,
he opened the shop
day.
on Saturday, the 6th.
Ah, okay.
So
Yeah.
he didn't really have much of a choice.
Yeah. Yeah, they were warning everyone. I remember when I got the email, I just like I knew that they joined House of Discs. I didn't really even look into why they joined House of Discs.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't. I was like, well, this House of Discs thing is, to me, it was, what was it? It was just somebody with money that decided they were going to try to invest or control, depending on who you ask.
Yeah.
More of the disc golf side of things. So I just didn't look into it. But when they were moving and shutting down operations in Colorado for Discmania, like what triggered it was I saw a post from the guy who was doing the stamps.
Okay.
They called him Stamp God.
Okay.
Saying, well, if anyone's looking for a stamper, I need a job now. They're moving stuff. And I was like, oh my God. It's like I completely forgot about the House of Discs thing. And I was like, wait, they're moving? And then I immediately started checking the emails and everything. That's when I talked to the team and I said, wow, this shit is really picking up some speed here, and they're moving it pretty quick. So Discmania, right? They did what I thought was an awesome thing. Innova shit on them.
Yeah.
during, it was, there's no other way around it. Innova shit on them. They were
Yeah.
not a priority in any way, shape, or form
Nope.
to do anything, to the point where they had to make up their mind, right? So I think they went with Yakun. Yes, that was their
Yes.
active line.
That was
They
the
went with
active line.
Yakun, and I think they were partnering with Lat 64
Yep. For the
on
other one.
some other things to
This.
learn
Yeah.
what
The
they were
other
going to do.
line. Yep.
Yeah, that was the method and the other stuff like that.
Yep.
They create their own factory. They're going to manufacture their own now.
Their own
Awesome
factory.
idea.
Their own factory.
Yeah,
It's
it
definitely
was.
not.
It was their own. The Italian plastic.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't coming
Italian
out of
plastic.
Latitude's factory. Let's all just say that.
Latitude's people were in Discmania's factory, showing them how to do it.
Now the
Two
addresses were
different
pretty much the
factories,
same.
two different addresses. Anyways, I thought
Not
it was a
really.
great thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great thing, and I still like that plastic that they
Oh,
came
me
up
too.
with. I really like that plastic. I really like the disc. I like where they were headed. And then UC gets caught, some jail time thing, some personal
Yeah, with
issues,
whatever. Yeah.
right? And it like really spiraled from there.
Yeah, it.
I thought Simon was a lifer.
Yeah.
I really did.
Yeah. And
Eagle, I thought was a lifer.
Simon and Eagle both didn't say it's because of UC. Like I don't think they care.
I don't think it was specifically because of
I
that. I
don't.
think they knew him. They cared about him.
I think they knew him very well.
But with him
And
stepping away, I think it had something to do with their relationship with them.
I mean, it's money, it's stability. You know, the contracts they got offered must have been incredible. And Simon's got a family now. He's got a kid. They just bought a house in.
Well, we know Simon's was incredible,
Yeah.
but I can't imagine that Discmania wouldn't match that for Eagle to try to keep. Like, think about who are they paying now?
Gannon.
They got 3 for the price of 1.
Right.
I don't think Gannon is matching the money that Eagle would have. I mean, he could. He's a great player. I don't think he had the draw that Eagle had at the time. You know, he had his little.
Now he does.
But you got the 3 guys. Their salaries together probably equal what Eagle would have had to stay. But
yeah.
But I don't know. I never saw that happening, and it was actually kind of disappointing. And then when I saw this happening, yeah, I was a real fan of those guys and being on Discmania and being that different brand. You know what I mean? I mean, everybody's got 12 speed, 13 speed, everybody's got, but to me, being as new as I was, and they were just a slightly different brand that I really enjoyed. When it came to like the best plastic for holding and throwing, for me, it was probably Lat 64.
Okay.
I did like Trilogy when I started, and then it was all over the place. I never liked Innova. There was just nothing about that. But so I did like Discmania, and then when it did, I was disappointed. And I was like, shit, it like really is downhill. This company's gonna go away. Gannon might help, whatever. He might not. He might leave in 2 years. They might fold, but now they're part of House of Discs, right?
Yep.
They moved. House of Discs is moving all of their distribution to Emporia, so I guess that's still Central, USA, right?
Central USA.
I would have thought they'd split
point. Yeah.
I'm looking it up. Vendis, that's the name. I just looked it up. Vendis Capital.
Okay, that's the venture capital firm that bought them.
That's
I will say real quick. When Paul left Innova, which I never thought Paul would leave Innova. When Paul left Innova, I was like, okay, it's all bets are off for sponsorships now. There's no one should be loyal anymore. When Paul left Innova, I was like, if he's getting 10 mil for 10 years, everyone should try to get their best offer. It was all bets are off.
I get that. But at the same time, I feel like I watched Eagles video and I believed him. Sometimes you will hear somebody speak, a slogan, toe the company line, say what they want to say. Here's your statement, give it to them. I believed what he said.
Yeah.
I believed everything about it and what he sees in MVP is what he saw in Discmania as a smaller,
Yeah.
growing.
Yeah.
But I don't see MVP as a smaller.
No.
You know, maybe when Conrad
Yes.
won, like when he was there,
Yeah.
prime premier guy, and then once it went to Simon, they're not a small
No.
by any means,
Nope.
and they were cranking out some plastic.
Yep.
And one good thing about MVP 3, whatever the real trilogy, whatever it is,
Yeah.
one good thing about that is they're pretty steady in their runs.
Yeah. Well,
They're pretty steady
now
now.
that
Since Simon,
manufacturing
since
is
before
no,
Simon,
since manufacturing got in-house, since they took over their own molding, when someone else was molding for them, when they didn't own the machines, those runs were different than now when they own the machines. So
all
like
the
the
machine before Simon. This was all
yes, all
around the
before
same.
Simon. Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Steady.
Yes. Yes.
So good plastic, steady plastic, and they were not a small thing by any means. When Eagle
No.
said
Nope.
he has this feeling about a growing thing, so
But it is growing.
they were already
You can say MVP is still growing for sure. They have a huge upside.
well, I think they've grown because you're not picking on them anymore. We never got anyone to step up and face you, but that's another story.
No one said they would.
Yeah. Well, have you? We'll see. See what happens in Charlotte. We'll find one.
A lot of guys around here aren't. Guys around here aren't big MVP heads like some people we know, and some people we've met. I know a lot of big Discraft heads.
What is Mount Village? You do?
Yeah. A couple of my buddies are good big Discraft heads. They like a lot of the Discraft stuff. Let's see. Who? One of my friends is an old Innova guy. He's, because he's just been playing forever. He's just got a lot of, he throws like PFN Sidewinders, PFN Roadrunners, T-Rexes, like these crazy 2-ring AVRs. Some awesome stuff. He throws birdies. He's got one of 5 champion birdies that's ever been made, basically. And he just put it in his bag. And he throws it. It's awesome. He's so good throwing it, too. It's really fun to watch. So we're, kind of all over the place. Infinite's big down here. Innova's big because Innova East DGU is in Charlotte. So.
Okay. I still won't change my mind. Innova's just not going to be it for me.
That's fair.
No, I mean, I have a mixed bag, but
yeah,
all my mids are MVP3. My drivers are Discraft and a couple other here and there, but I like my putters. I probably won't ever change my putters. That's Discmania.
That was the one thing.
The logic.
When I was looking to get sponsored, I was like, man, I would hate to stop using Wizards. Like, I really liked my Wizards at the time, and I like them even more now. Like the newer plastic runs that I've gotten since I got sponsored have been incredible. The 2S Glow and the Fossil Lizard Wizards they feel so good. I really can't imagine ever switching.
Let's hope you don't have to. But if you do, it's for a better career move. Let's call it that. Let's call it career move.
Hopefully I don't have to switch and my career moves stay internal. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
But, we'll see. A lot of good new plastic coming out. Super stoked. Got these new Flyheiser blades. Kevin Fodry. Blades. Super overstable Firebird mold. Like, crazy overstable. I got them, put them right in my bag. Needed one. So excited.
What was that stamp?
It's a bird. It's like a cardinal.
Yeah, that was it. Firebird. You said Firebird clone, and I'm looking at it like
it's like a cardinal.
Wow, it really is. Yeah. St. Louis Cardinals, right?
St. Louis,
that's where they at?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
That makes sense.
All right, so back to the House of Disc. I'm reading up a little bit more on it, trying to remember. I did read on it a little bit, but it's Vendus Capital, right? They invested in Mountain Village. I was trying to look up Mountain Village to see who the hell they are, but they invested in them in June 2022. So they took an active role in shaping the future. This is their line.
Okay.
The goal is to take an active role in shaping the future of the ever-growing disc golf sport, further building on what Mountain Village was. So,
Okay.
the leading producer and group uniting disc golf brands, they have Lat 64, they have Castoplast,
Yep.
they have Westside. Dynamic Discs is not listed on there,
Oh,
but they are
they
because they're
are.
Trilogy,
Yep.
right? So why are they not listed on their site as something that they've done? Mountain Village was founded in 2005 in Skellefteå, Sweden. Yeah, I
Okay.
said that right, but
Yeah.
whatever. Four former disc golf professionals. So Sweden. So they initially got with Mountain Village, then they got with Trilogy. Now they have Discmania. Castoplast was merged with Latitude 64. Right.
Well, not
We were
merged.
wondering what would happen to the bird.
Casta's still their own thing. They still have their own plastic, like proprietary plastic blends. They're not using the Latitude blends because like you can tell K1 from Casta is different than Goldline, right? Like they have very different feels. Even the new
Yes.
stuff.
And we all just want the K2 back. That's all.
K1 soft.
There was no reason. No, it's not the same. You know it's not the same. Don't
I
even
like
start
K1
that. It's
soft.
just not.
K1 soft
K2.
was sick.
K1 soft is okay. Not the same. It's not a K2.
Listen,
All
listen,
right,
listen, listen, listen.
so
So, all right, go ahead. I'll chime in after. I
no,
got thoughts. No,
go
no, no,
ahead.
no, no.
I've already
Keep
got mine.
going.
Go ahead. I was just gonna keep going with the House of Discs and where we think they're actually headed now that they have. Do we think they're gonna keep looking to um, acquire disc golf companies, smaller, growing? I mean, these aren't small. Discmania wasn't small.
No.
Trilogy wasn't small. So they put some money in to purchase these, right?
Yep.
We don't. I don't. At least I don't. I remember we talked about it as a team, and we've gone back and forth a few times. We don't really understand the structure of who's in control. They own Trilogy. They gave the owner money.
Yeah.
He's still involved. You know what I mean? So I don't think we ever went much deeper than that because it requires a lot of research that we didn't have the time for. But I'm just curious. They are international. They could end up, Finland, some other brands. But do you think this is something that is good or bad for disc golf? One, and two, do you think they're going to try to keep acquiring to leverage? Innova's the biggest, right?
Yeah.
Everyone knows that. They're not going to spend money on players. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
They have the same molds 15 different ways, and then they have 50 molds that they split in different combinations to just they're not going away. So
Innova
yeah,
today released a new driver. The numbers on the new driver, the new race, the Innova Racer, 12.6 minus 1.2. Tell me how that's not a destroyer.
because it's the bottom from
The destroyer's 12.6 minus 1.3. Like,
else.
come on.
Yeah.
Tell me they're not the same. Shut up. Like, they're the same.
Yeah.
Anyway, do I think it's good for disc golf? Yes. I think any sort of competition for Innova, for Discraft, is good. And I think the smaller companies needed to kind of band together in this way to give them this strong competition in a sense. Because I think this pentagram of companies now, the Pentilogy, is the same size as Innova or Discraft. Post Paul Discraft, because now Discraft's huge again.
Who's big? Who's bigger right now?
Discraft's the biggest right now because they have the whole Ultimates crowd locked down on Ultra Stars. They've got
I'm more interested in just the disc golf side of things.
It's hard to say. I mean, Innova's got good presence everywhere. Discraft has an insane U.S. presence and really good plastic. Like, people love the new Z Flex Jawbreaker plastic that the Tour Series is in. That feels pretty good.
Having Paul won and whoever hates Brody, hate him as much as you want, but the man moves.
Brody moves
an
plastic.
extreme amount of plastic. extreme amount of
No,
plastic. So
I think Brody's good for the sport too, but that's a different day.
yeah,
We can table that one.
it is. It is. We'll talk about that. I mean, we've talked about him before, but people will
Yeah,
have
clearly
different
he moves
opinions
the
about
needle.
him. He's. Maybe I will. I keep joking. Like, we'll
Yeah,
have
we'll
him
get
on.
him.
We'll talk. We'll ask him.
We'll get him.
We'll just get him. We'll just talk to him one time.
I'll drive up to
Okay.
Foundation. Foundation's closer in
That'll
Virginia.
work.
I'll drive up.
Go 1v1. If you win, he's on the show. That's it.
If we play a technical course, I like my odds. I'm gonna be 100%
Wow.
honest. Okay, no, I
Ouch.
take that back. I'm thinking of like a year
Let's
ago,
hope
Brody. I'm thinking of a year ago, Brody. A year ago, his shot selection was terrible, or 2 years ago, his shot selection was horrible. I think he's gotten a lot better now at knowing what to throw when and why to throw it. So I take that back. He's a pro. He's 1,000 rated pro. I probably don't like my odds no matter what.
He's still up there.
He's
He's still
still
a
a
pro
pro.
for a reason.
He's on
And
the pro
let's
tour
let's
for a reason.
and he's still a new pro.
Yeah,
He's a gifted athlete.
he's an
right?
athlete.
He was ultimate. He was golf, but he really and truly has been focused in the disc golf world for 3 years,
Yeah,
maybe 4. Where these other guys, I mean, how long has Paul been in?
yeah,
15, 20,
20
right?
years.
So give him a little bit of leeway
Yeah,
here. The guy, he's working on it,
yeah,
and he actually grinds to do it.
he
So
does.
what were those numbers that you threw at me again? 12, 5, neg 1,
12-6 minus 1-2. That's the new
6.
racer.
Okay.
So it's got a poppier top than a destroyer because destroyers are 12-5 minus 1-3. It's got a poppier top and a slightly shallower wing, less parting line on the wing. So, oh, what did Jeff send us? Oh God, Jeff just sent us a picture of 2 discs fused together from the factory.
Uh-oh. Did he do it? Did he admit to it?
I don't know if he did it. That's funny.
Message him, ask him if you can put it on the podcast. You can show them what we're talking. Holy, that looks like somebody left it on top of the microwave.
Yeah.
He's melted. My God.
Yeah, that's funny. I asked him. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if he lets us show it or not.
That's
So
incredible.
back. So I think House of Discs is good. I think Ven Capital, whatever it was, is good.
Bendix.
Vendiscs. Yes, that's right. And then you had a second question to me. What was your second question to me?
Do you think they're going to continue to acquire and build?
No,
To try to corner some things.
I don't think they're going to try and continue to buy people out. I think they have 5 really strong brands right now with really good following from a lot of players, a lot of amateurs, a lot of professionals. You know, I mean, Discmania has the strongest pro field. Like, out of those 5, Discmania has the best pros. You know, you can say Ricky.
It's sad to say, yeah, but you're right. You're right.
But Gannon,
it's sad to say, but
head
Trilogy
to head,
really was on their way out.
they were. Yeah, until they re-signed Ricky.
Trilogy's not. Yeah, it's like wow, that's a tough one. But hey, Ricky's in Walmart now, so watch out.
Yeah,
Like I had seen him before, but now it's
I'd seen him
an
before.
actual.
Yeah.
Now it's a thing. And I remember him posting it. So watch out. Walmart is a juggernaut that can push sales.
So I don't think they're going to buy more companies. I think all of those moves made sense because they were Sweden, European companies. Casta, I don't know what country Casta's in. I know Latitude was Sweden. I don't know where UC's from specifically, but it might be Sweden. So those moves made sense. They were all centralized to that part of Europe. And then getting Trilogy under their wing, they get good European distribution and good North American distribution. So I think it made really good sense for them to get those 5 companies under one house. And I think they can grow really strong by joining those 5 companies more than they are. And this will segue into what I want to talk about earlier. Think about what's your of those 5 companies, what's your favorite mold? Berg, right?
I'm I was gonna say Berg, but I just remembered because I was looking it up because we're dumb and we absolutely have known that they're from Sweden because it's actually pronounced berry.
Berry, yeah.
But
Yeah.
the world, the American
Yeah,
world
we're gonna
calls it a
call it
Berg,
Berg.
but proper one, berry. But yes,
So Berg.
I can't live without the Berg.
Think about now if let's ignore K2 right now because K2 doesn't exist anymore. What's your favorite
That's my
plastic
world.
blend out of those five? I'll tell you what mine is.
Um, the glow.
Castor
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the closest thing to
Okay.
MVP's
Yeah.
Eclipse.
Okay.
Like Eclipse, you remember I have a shop here, so I'm dying. I'm doing a lot of shit, and then when I cut off the lights, you'll know immediately which ones are glowing. And I like the little bit of blend with them. I'm not just saying I like them because they glow. I like the feel and the stability, the confidence I have with them. Um,
Okay. So in my head, what I want to
yeah.
think about is imagine a Berg in this plastic, in this Lucid X.
Yes, I see where you're at. Yes.
Imagine an FD in Lucid X. You know how torque resistant an
Yes.
FD in Lucid X would be? You could hammer those straight for 400 feet easily.
So now that you bring that up,
What you got over there?
the best plastic,
Yeah.
the best
Yep.
plastic for your drivers. I
Put a
love this plastic.
put a Berg in that
Absolutely.
stuff. Put a Berg in that. You know how good that
Yeah.
would feel?
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's where
Absolutely.
they can stand to benefit the most is in combining plastic ideas. Proprietary
Right.
blends, really getting all of those good blends under one roof in the best molds in
And
the
that's
best plastic.
really what this craft has been doing the last year or so. They're taking a lot of their blends and saying, what can we do with these?
Yeah.
And they're eating them up. And they're actually creating some that are good. They're creating some that are just selling just based on name. But they're creating some that are really nice and feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, to me, for this craft, I say the Crystal Flex feels the best. Crystal Flex Sparkle, Crystal Flex.
I have these
So they have a
just
Jawbreaker Crystal.
regular crystal banger GTs. I never really bagged them. So overstable, so trusty. Such a good run. Loved that run. Never got to bag them really though. Threw them once or twice. But
Yeah.
yeah. Those limited runs are just so good. Like I can't even imagine a crystal flex banger GT. That'd have been awesome. My favorite banger GT was Z Flex Glow. That was a 2015 Z Flex Glow. That's 10 years old now.
That just brought to mind the zone,
Yeah.
right? The thumb track zones. Was it
The
Ringer
the
versus Banger?
the Bang Zone. The Bang Zone is getting produced.
We're
It's in.
calling um
I'm stealing them from Foundation. The Bang Zone and the Zinger. The Bang Zone is getting produced in ESP now. That one got approved.
I had one. Yeah?
It's getting produced in ESP. But you know what I just thought of? You should go get those new Z Flex Jawbreaker zones, the Hammies zones. You're
Yeah.
gonna love them. Oh
Okay.
yeah,
I'll try it.
you should check them out.
Okay. I have the Crystal Flex in my bag that I throw right now is the Ledgestone Crystal Flex
Yeah,
Black Zone.
or maybe these new ones
Um
are Crystal Flex Jawbreaker. I don't know.
and then
They're great.
I have the Zone OS, the
Yeah,
Brody Zone OS, which is beef. Like I
yeah,
love I do throw it. It helps correct my forehand when I have the
yeah,
approach to short, whatever. And when I'm scared of water and I'm gonna roll it over,
yeah. You,
immediately out of the hand, I think fights. So I'm not
yeah,
gonna unless it cut rolls and I'm really horrible. That thing can be dependent on 175 and in
yeah.
to be as stable as I need it to be for the approach. So you know, I honestly have seen people to this day. You would think I'm experienced enough where it doesn't surprise me, but I see people tee off with them. They just they grab their zone OS and they tee off, and I'm like, why don't I ever think of that? I From the time it was put in my head, I was like, you'll like this approach disc. So when I'm standing on the tee, it goes from straight putter to straight mid, and I
Okay.
skip over the zone. I don't know why I do that. I truly don't. Because after I throw, I'm like, I really should have probably thrown a zone right there. It
Yeah.
would have been so much better to throw. But in my mind, something happened along the way of learning the zone that it just became an approach disc, and I never tee off with it.
Yeah.
So I have to work
I think
on
you just need
that.
to change the mindset that approach means anything under 250. Because I throw my Houdinis
Um.
under 250, forehand, backhand, Houdini all day.
Okay. Yeah.
And it might be, I like the Houdini depth. It's a little deeper than a zone, but not as deep as a harp. It's right in between the two. So it feels really comfortable forehand and backhand for me. So that's why I
Yeah.
like the Houdinis a lot. And that's not just a plug. I just really like the Houdinis.
200. So also something weird that I do or don't do is use my putting putters for an approach
I will never do that.
or even tee.
Never.
No, I mean I don't mean the actual putting putters, but the ones
Oh,
that I use for putting.
the same
So
mold.
I I putt with a Logic. I never tee off with a Logic. I never approach with a Logic. I never do anything with a Logic other than putt. I throw with an Envy. Um, I approach with an Envy or a Zone or a Berg.
Yeah.
I do have a flip. Oh, Fierce. Duh.
Yeah.
My Fierce. And that's it. So I know plenty of people that if you like your putter, you get a different plastic, premium plastic, whatever, and you can use that for approach, use that for
Yeah.
driving. I just I never considered it, not once. I just like the feel of it for putting. That's all I do. But I don't see that one. I can honestly say once or twice because I have like 12, 15 putters. ECP hole 15 with the water, learning
Okay.
the turnover
Turnover.
straight shot. I throw that putter soft and
Yeah. It let it drift and
hit
come back.
there.
Yeah.
And if I freak it up or do whatever to it that it kind of hits the hill and rolls down, I got 10 more putters in the truck or something. So I did that 2 or 3 times, but I stopped. And I just used either an approach disc or um, I took Christian's approach and grabbed a what did I use last time? And I just missed the basket and pinned it. A Wraith,
Oh,
Halo Wraith. Because
Halo
I made
Wraith.
fun of him one time. I made fun of him when he aced it in my face.
Oh, on
I said, "What are you
15?
doing with a driver?"
Yeah.
Yeah, but we aced back to back. He aced 15, I did 16, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "What are you doing with a driver? Like you have the amazing forehand. Like well, that's just dumb." And then boom, right in my face. He's like,
Ace.
"That's what I'm doing with it." I'm like, "Oh, all right, okay, whatever." So yeah, the last time we were there this last week, I said, "You know what? I got this." I was in the back of the truck. I was like, "If I lose it, I lose it. It's no big deal." So I took the race out and I forehanded it and ping. I was like, "What the?"
Yeah.
Just don't think of stuff like that. So keep trying different things, but
Yep.
yeah. There is a premium. There is a premium Logic. I know there is. I don't
Yeah.
remember which
The
where,
Cos
where which
the Kyle Klein Cosmic Furies are Logics, I believe.
I think you're right.
I think that's
You
right.
said to say Cosmic. I think that threw me off.
The Kyle Klein Logics, or the Kyle Klein Cosmic Fury 2s, I believe, are Logics.
Yeah,
But
I think that's it. I think I have to get one. My
probably.
putting goes between soft Logic and extra soft.
Yeah.
There's a Lux Vapor Logic.
Oh, okay. I threw some wizards for a while once I switched. I threw a premium plastic wizard for a while, but mine got. It started out laser straight, and then it beat up into puddle topped, no glide, and overstaple. So like it got less of what I wanted over time. It like usually putters beat into straight over time. This beat into overstable. So I'll take it out, throw it again, see what I like. But I like the Chief OS. You might love the Chief OS.
I
Genuinely.
remember being at Hawks Landing when what's his name Reed was throwing a
My
Chief
yeah,
OS that
my
wasn't very OS.
no. They're dead
Laughing
straight. They're
because
dead straight. They're so good. I really like them.
why does it have OS? But yeah, I just looked it up. The Lux Vapor Logic is the Cosmic Fury.
Okay.
So I guess I'm not looking to do make any changes.
No.
I'm finally set in my bag. But it's the only thing it would do is take place of the Envy because Even the Envy is more stable. Better
Yeah.
than the plastic, the Envy could be more
The Envy's got a
stable, and
different
that's what
hand
I like
feel.
about it. But
Much different hand feel.
um, yes, and the Envy that I bag is the Eclipse Envy too. So
Yeah,
the
those
one
are
that I
nice and
got.
those are good and straight.
So yeah, I like that. So I don't think I need to change them, but I guess it would be nice to actually throw premium Fury and see what that's like. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be making an order here soon because I need to get some extra softs anyway. So
Yeah. Yeah, why not give it a shot, right? That's the biggest thing
yeah,
for me is trying to not order 8,000 discs every time I order anything from Gateway. Just like, oh, we got new blends. Oh, this is running something now. Oh, let's get it.
yeah. Why not? You don't
Yeah.
know what you don't know. You
You
might
don't know what you
find
don't know.
something that is amazing,
Now,
and if
I
you don't,
finally, after a full year and some months, I feel very confident in all of our plastic blends and all of our molds and a lot of our subsidiary molds, like some of the sister companies
yeah.
that we manufacture for. So I've tried enough of them that I found what I really like, and I'm very set in my bag all of a sudden.
So PSA for the rest of the disc golf world, if you're in Marcus's world, Marcus is. I hate to say this, especially on the channel, everyone's gonna hear it, but he's an awesome human being. If Marcus tries out plastic, if he likes it, he'll share it with you. He's not going to charge you anything. He'll just give you a disc because he says you need to try this. If Marcus doesn't like it, Marcus is going to give it to you. He's not going to charge you. He's just going to hand it to you. If he loves it, guess what? Marcus is going to give it to you. So he's going to try all this plastic. It's good for the world of disc golf because as much as he buys, he gives away at least half of it. It just sits around, and
Yeah.
you'll never be in a Bobcat situation. I saw the picture he posted that he hadn't cleaned his car in like 9 months, and the back is just full of shit. Not that Bob doesn't give shit away; he does. He's premier ambassador of the sport, but yeah, yeah. See, and
That's all just
you could just
within
literally be
arm's
like,
reach. I
no,
didn't even leave the
yeah.
frame.
It's literally like, no, yeah, I don't need this, or you need this in your hand. He just gives it to you. So we need more people like Marcus. Look at a friend. If they're looking for something and you have it, just give it to them. Keep it going.
Yeah.
I know I try to do that as much as possible because of these guys. That's how I set up. And it is like 3, 4 friends entirely. Like just made bags for them, gave it to them. Occasionally sell them if they're looking to do something. I'll put something in their hands if they want to know stability. But to me, I kept the high speed stable discs away from them for as
Yeah.
long as possible.
Yeah.
But some of his friends, like one of his friends, I gave him a beat up Warship, which was
Oh.
Flippy. He aced 3 times with it at Pinewoods. He aced with a zone. We talked about this. I let my son borrow a zone. He let him borrow. He aced, so now it became his.
Yeah.
That
I
was a
remember
zone
that.
I actually liked.
Yeah.
I like that one. It's a goner now. Chalk that one up. Don't loan a zone that you're not willing to lose if somebody aces with it. But yeah, so and they give it to people, and then they lose them, and I get random calls or texts from discs all over the place because I just gave them away with my number on them. So
Yeah.
uh, everybody can stand to share a little bit more with stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm looking around here, and like most what I have is die piles here. I have die piles here, and then I have all of my collection over here with some more dies over there with plastic. But the thought I had right near me, because I had just pulled them out and looked at them again, was those zones.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, I didn't throw them. I just got one of each for the
For the
collection.
collection. Yeah.
I threw. Okay, I lied. I did throw one in the field. Threw it one time in the field. No marks. No nothing on it.
Yep.
It's good to go. I just wanted to know what it felt like, man. It's a
Yeah.
zone with a groove track. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
How do
Yeah.
you not want to see that?
Those were wicked overstable, right? The
Um,
zingers, the ringer zones were crazy overstable. The bang zones had a little extra glide.
the I did not throw the zinger because I didn't like
You didn't like the
that
feel? Yeah.
style. I like the banger style because that's what I used to throw.
Yeah.
Remember the,
Yeah.
the Buzz
The Buzz
OS and the
GTs?
bangers? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Good runs. Good
yeah.
runs.
Let's go. All right,
I think we covered a lot today.
we're good. Yeah,
I think we can
I think we're good.
wrap up. I think you said I'm a good
Um,
person, so I'm gonna clip that and loop it. As long as an Instagram reel goes, it's just gonna loop.
I, I should have known better. Shit, can't take that back. All right, I will. I will. I'll clown you. Wait till your first loss, and then we'll make a whole new
Yeah,
loop.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Let me see. I don't have anything going on. Wait, tournament. Was there something going on this week?
I've got Salisbury, Bob's pop-up course that he's trying so
That's
hard to
what it
put in the
was.
ground
Oh, yeah. If anybody is watching this and you're gonna try to get this out ASAP tomorrow
tomorrow.
for
Yeah,
this weekend, help support Bob get this horse in the ground.
yeah,
That's all. It is this weekend. He said very specifically, the course going in the ground is dependent on participation. And I felt bad. I really wanted to travel down there this weekend. I have my children, so I'm not able to travel. Um, but if I could, I absolutely would be there just to play that to support Bob. Like I said earlier, such a wonderful person for the sport. Period. You don't have to expand. Everyone who knows Bobcat,
yeah,
even if you're upset with him, it's because he did something for the love of disc golf that
yeah,
upset you,
yeah.
right? So, like, ultimate ambassador for the sport, help him get that course in the ground. You won't regret it.
No,
So, message your friends in the area. You're not doing anything. Help them out. It's an actual tournament.
yeah. So Saturday is a practice day. The course will be set up. You get to
Right.
go out and practice the
Course
course
is set up
just
for everyone. So
for everyone.
everyone, go out and practice, visit, see what it's like, and then
Sunday is a flex start.
Sundays.
The tee
There you
times
go.
flex start. So you sign up for tee times and get to play the course once for a rating.
So you get a rating, you help someone out, possibly get a course, but I mean, there's no downside to any of this.
Someone could
There
shoot a course
were,
record.
yeah, and there were quite a few donations as well that he had from friends, from
Yeah,
himself. A lot of people, CTPs and prizes and stuff like that. So it would be great. Um, Actually, when you go talk to him, man to man in person, see what his schedule is like, and maybe we can have him on the podcast relatively
yeah,
soon, and he can talk about his experience of setting that up
yeah.
and
That's a good idea.
what the result was.
Yeah, we
So,
got a lot of guests lined up that I want to get in. So we'll
right,
get some
we got a
homies
big
down
list.
here lined up. It's gonna be good.
We got Brody on that list
We
too.
got Brody.
I
Brody's
get to work
it's
on
low
that.
on the list. You know, we'll get him when we get to him.
If we have time, we'll fit
Yeah,
him
if we'll try and squeeze him in if we need it, but like
in. Yeah,
a lot of other people to
it's
talk to.
tough. All right. Well, go ahead. You can send us a like, subscribe, ding,
Hit the
whatever
bell.
else.
If you made it this far, you're already subscribed, but hit that bell. Send it to your friends. Send it to your non-disc golf friends. Get them into disc golf. Whatever it takes. With that, we will see you next week.